What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the Gold Label DC Multiverse Captain Atom by McFarlane Toys. So I found this one at my local Walmart. So if you're looking for this one, it is out in the market right now, currently at Walmart only. So it's a Walmart exclusive. So let's take a look real quick. Okay, so we got silver plastic. Let's see, and then you can also see some of the silver plastic swirls in there. So there's obviously no painting. So unfortunately, sometimes that will show up. So we'll take a close look at that out of the package. But yeah, silver tone looks pretty decent. Okay, we got some really nice blue boots and a red, red gloves there. Okay, it does come with some extra effects there, which look really nice. Looks like a pretty cool card in the back there. And then you have the side of the package. Looking pretty good. You have the back of the package, so here's pretty sweet artwork there. Looking pretty good. Some really cool effects there. Man, it would have been cool if they could have made the, the star on his chest look more like that. That's pretty cool. Then here we go, Captain Atom from New 52. Perfect. Okay, cool. So let's open it up, see what we're looking at. Okay, here is Captain Atom out of the package, and actually a pretty cool figure. So I wasn't super stoked buying this one. I just thought it would be a neat one to bring to you all, and since it's a gold label, I thought I'd pick it up and eventually give it to a friend. But actually out of the package, because it doesn't have a lot to it, the articulation's fun, and it's been kind of fun to play with and pose. So here we go, let's look real quick. Like I said, we got the silver tones there, and it's just silver plastic, but doesn't look too bad. You get the cool effects that go on his hands. They did paint his gloves on and his chest piece. So those are all painted on. And then there's the back. And you can see there's definitely some marbled plastic, right? You can tell there's just some streaks in it. And I know that happens on most figures. I know Marvel Legends has it, all over most of their figures. So anything that's gold or kind of that metallic color. So that is a little unfortunate. So I'm debating on if this would look good with a black wash or not. I might just experiment with it and see. Worst thing that happens is it doesn't look good, and then I just clean it off. But yeah, pretty curious about that. So, but overall, yeah, looking pretty good. So it did come with a stand, not this stand particularly. It came with just a regular stand. I did use that one from, I believe that was the one from the Scarecrow, or the Bane Build-A-Figure with the Scarecrow figure. But it does come with a character card here. So I tried to get him in the same pose. Yeah, did all right. Could have adjusted a few things a little bit, but here we go. So the same artwork that was on the back of the package. And then here's the data file. So if you want to read this, you could pause your screen right now. Okay. Perfect. Okay, cool. So let's get into the articulation. Okay, here we go. So we have the head, looks up. About that far, so the hair gets a little bit in the way, so it doesn't look up really high, but luckily his diaphragm does bend a lot, so you can get him in good flying poses. He looks down about that far. You do have a nice head pivot and does rotate, so pretty good there. You do have shoulders that go above 90 degrees, which is nice. However, these things are a little bit looser than in most figures, so that was kind of interesting, so that's kind of unfortunate. And it's like that on both. It's not as bad on this one as it is on this one, just FYI. Okay, you do have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and you do have wrist articulation as well. And then this one has an imprint on the inside of the effect that goes in this fist, so that's how you know that one goes there. And then this one looks a little bit different, but it looks like it goes like that on here. You do have an ab crunch, so it does bend decently far forward, which is good. Do bend very far back, so that's why you can get into good flying poses. You do have a nice side to side and rotation. You do have the legs go up almost 90 degrees. You do have double jointed knees. You do have ankle articulation, which seems to be a little stuck currently. There we go. And then you do have toe articulation as well and pivot. So pretty nice there. And then if you want to get him in the splits, he goes about that far in the splits. So overall, the articulation's pretty decent. Like I said, there's not a lot to the figure, so that's why you can get him in some cool poses. And he's pretty fun to just kind of pose to fly with, which is pretty nice. So very cool. Now let's get into some size comparisons. Okay, here we go. So we got a size comparison. So you have Captain Atom In the middle, obviously to the left. To the right, we have the Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner. Then all the way to the far right, we have the Batman from the Spawn 2-pack. And then on the far left, we have the Spawn from the Batman and Spawn 2-pack. And in the middle, we have a Mega figure, which was in the 2-pack, Doomsday versus Superman. And that is the Doomsday back there. And as you can see, Captain Atom is actually quite a bit shorter than every single action figure there. So it looks like Kyle Rayner stands almost a 4 head taller. And then Batman's even taller than that. And Spawn also is quite a bit taller. So that is very interesting. So let's get a good size right here. So it looks like he stands actually under 7 inches. So it's about 6 3/4 inches, which I think is the smallest McFarlane Toys figure that we've seen from DC Multiverse. So looks like about 17.5 centimeters, which is pretty interesting. So just to let you know, so it does fit in fine as far as scale. I just know that he is a shorter figure than some of the other ones, which is very interesting. So cool. That's a size comparison with McFarlane Toys. Let's do a few other 7-inch scale toy lines to just see how those compare. Okay, decided to go with that silver theme for fun. So we have some Marvel Select and we have NECA kind of mixed in there. So if you look to the right of Captain Atom, we have the Silver Surfer from Marvel Select. And then to the far right, we have the Armored Batman from the Predator Batman 2-pack. To the far left, we have the NECA Predator from that 2-pack as well. And then in the back, we have Colossus, which is a bigger Marvel Select figure. So just thought I'd show you those real quick. And you can tell Captain Atom stands a little bit. He stands beneath the Silver Surfer just by a little bit. Their height is pretty similar. You tell it fits in scale pretty well with all the NECA and Marvel Select as well. So if you're a 7-inch collector and want to kind of intermingle the universes, it seems like it's going to work really well. Now I want to do a really close look, a comparison with silver plastic molding versus silver paint, just to compare. So here we go real quick. Okay, so if you look real quick, so this is what we got. So you can see silver plastic versus silver paint. You can tell which one you like better, but I definitely like the silver paint because then you don't get those streaks in it. And you can kind of adjust how bright that you want it. So they did a really nice metallic finish on this Silver Surfer figure. This looks pretty cool. So obviously there's a big difference as far as shininess when you compare just the silver plastic versus silver paint. And if you look at Colossus, right, they did the same thing, right? They did more of a silver paint. I just think it looks far better in my opinion. Now, that's something they could have done. Obviously that probably would have been a little bit different, maybe more expensive. I don't really know how it works. However, yeah, it looks fine as is. It's only a $20 figure, so cool. So let's get into final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on Captain Atom by McFarlane Toys. So overall, I think it's a decent figure for $20. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It is gold label, which means it will only be at specific locations. So in this particular instance, it's only at Walmart. So, and they only release a few of them. So if you're a big Captain Atom fan, say pick it up while you can. Overall, just as far as an overall figure, I don't think it's anything special necessarily. It is just silver plastic. It's the basic mold by McFarlane Toys. And I'd say that's basically it. So not a whole lot going on there. But overall, it's a decent figure. It's fun to pose. The articulation's not bad on it. So if you're looking for another flying character to add to your collection and want to do some fun posing, then this is a pretty good figure. So yeah, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Going to bring more customizations, reviews, etc. to you all. Definitely check out the customs and all those things as well. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video.